All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Today, September 21st, 2025, week 4, college football triple option. Got TB in the house with Mr. 411, and we ready to cover a couple of the games, man. Wasn't too many on the slate, but we're going to talk about what we want to talk about. What's up, TB?
Oh man, it was light, man. But I think all them big games coming up this week. A lot of them anyway. The big
Yeah.
one gonna be Saturday night, next Saturday night. So
Oh, yeah, and we're going to definitely talk about that probably a couple times this week. Cole's in the building, too. What's up, Cole from the low? What up, Cole?
Fellas, good morning.
Hey, good morning,
what's going
man.
on,
Cole,
Cole?
Cole from the low. Make sure you follow him everywhere. Cole from the low. Hey, we just getting warmed up, man. We haven't even touched the game yet. The slate wasn't too big this week, but we're gonna talk about it. We know we need to talk about that Florida and Miami, cause that was a matchup. Florida Miami was a matchup that we probably gonna pit stop at, but hey, we can just kind of do it like a little free fall. TB, what's some of the matchups you want to kick off with?
Uh, well, I wanted to talk about the old Clemson. Clemson
Okay,
fell off bad, man.
yeah. So yeah,
Clemson,
man.
yeah, they didn't fell off bad, my boy.
Yeah,
But
what are you seeing?
When you
well,
say
I
fell
mean,
off, what you mean by fell off? Because in my eyes, Clemson ain't been the same in years.
yeah, but they was touting them to be a contender this year. You know what I'm saying? After making the playoffs on a false note last year, and with the number one quarterback, as they said, these two number one these three number one quarterbacks ain't did nothing yet. Drew Aller, nothing. Uh, Arch Manning, nothing. Cublet, nothing. So I really think Cleveland then shot themselves in the foot. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
Cleveland Browns were banking on next season uh, for drafting the quarterback. Then absolutely, because
Yeah.
it doesn't look like much is coming down the pipe at least for next
Right.
season. Even that
Right.
quarterback in South Carolina hasn't shown me anything.
He got had a concussion last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he he a true dual threat, man.
Hmm.
So you really just don't know what you're gonna get out of them guys. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
it's that's crazy. So like I say, if he ain't able to run and be physical, he ain't gonna be what everybody think he gonna be.
Right. But back to Clemson, you said you're disappointed in them. They lost to Syracuse. Gave up 34. Um, they were preseason or whatever you want to call it, top five, whatever it was, and now they're free falling. How much does this fall on the coach, fellas?
Well, the thing about it is, you got to be able. If Dabo keep on the way he going, man, he gonna be out there in a minute because you got to get them. You got to get them players out the transfer protocol, boss. You know, you can't just you can't just bank on all high school players because get once again, you don't know what you can really get.
Yeah. And Cole, you still there? You was mentioning that you felt like they've always been they are
Yeah,
who we thought they were.
in my opinion, they ain't really been the same since Trevor Lawrence. I mean, they had their highs and lows, but last couple of years it's been more lows than it's been high. I mean, we can only go through the you can say really ain't it's really
Hey, hey,
it's a question about the coaching.
hey, Cole,
It, it's
Cole,
going far.
Hey, Cole.
You breaking
Oh,
up bad, Cole.
let me get Cole fixed here. Man, yeah, Cole was in a bad spot there, but we'll get him to repeat that because he was. I heard bits and pieces of it, and it was
Yeah.
some good info.
Hey, he gonna have to tell his dad to pay the internet bill, man.
Oh man, but yeah, once we get him back because he's been on the move. Once we get Cole back, we'll ask him to do that. Oh, wait a minute, here we go. Hey Cole,
Yes, sir.
we're gonna get you to repeat that because your whole response was breaking up.
Okay. Uh, as I was saying, hell, what did I say? I said some good stuff too.
I know, man. I was getting bits and pieces of it.
Um,
You said Trevor Lawrence starting off.
Yeah,
They haven't been good since
they
Trevor.
haven't, in my opinion, they haven't been good really since the Trevor Lawrence era. Now they had their highs and they had their lows, but and you like Mr. said, they predicted to be the best, to be contenders, but they never really lived up to the prediction in the last couple years. I think we get into the point of view of the media and listening to this, but in my perspective, being broadcasters ourselves, when you actually watch and look at games, I don't think Clemson never really lived up to it. They have great players and they have talent like Cade Clutton, like Mr. CB said. But at the same time, none of the top three quarterbacks in the college right now really live to the hype against meaningful opponents. They didn't show that against opponents that we know y'all should put, a belt into, but against meaningful opponents who have y'all performed and show okay, I'm the next best thing coming out of college. None of them have really done that. Now, when it comes to that was the coaching, it's felt like this year you got to go to the transfer portal, recruiting right guys. But I also feel like Clemson builds upon these strengths and don't really attack their weaknesses. I feel like when they come recruiting, they always, what they're good at, they're gonna keep on building and building and building. But what's your weakness is that it's outweighing your strengths. So now losing against people like Syracuse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
They,
yeah,
they shouldn't be they shouldn't be losing no Syracuse.
absolutely. But yeah, they're falling off the map, man.
Or,
And
or, is, or is that telling us that Fran Brown is getting his stuff aligned now?
No, 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 no. We said that last year. No.
yeah, because Syracuse lost earlier this year to somebody too, but
Yeah,
pretty bad too.
They lost Tennessee early.
Yeah.
Syracuse is still Syracuse. Syracuse gets you one good win, and you're gonna be like, man, and then come back next week and look like, oh well, there goes Syracuse again.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
he trying to get the FCC type talent in Syracuse right now. He ain't all the way there, but if he just keep on what he going with, or he gonna graduate to a better job.
Yeah, he's probably working to get hired in another conference at some point. That's probably what's
Now,
going to happen with him.
now, the team that I got my eye on that I want to see they actually gonna do something this year. Thought to a great start is right down the street from me, Georgia Tech.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
talk about it.
but the only thing, Cole, is we really don't know what Georgia. That we know they good, but we don't know how good because Syracuse just beat Clemson too.
And that's where I got my eye on them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's what my eye on. I ain't say I believe in them. I said my eye on them.
right. And y'all know what? It seems like each season there's always a comparable opponent, and I'm gonna use the example of Colorado and Georgia Tech. Right, one of those teams can get a victory, and maybe it springboards their season. And then also throughout that season, you start playing opponents that you probably on paper wasn't supposed to beat, but then it turns out that this team may not be as good as advertised. So now they get the Clemson win. They had the Colorado win to start the season, and now they beat another opponent. And now it starts to look like, hey, this team can actually jump into a playoff picture. But how good are they? We don't really know because of the variables. So, yeah, this is a team to keep an eye on. They're definitely gonna have momentum, and they're gonna have scheduling in their favor, and they get Georgia late in the season too. So that's an opportunity too to seal a deal, whatever that may be.
Yeah, they had Georgia on the road last year.
Yeah, yeah,
Realistically, looking at this schedule, they can go undefeated until they get to Georgia.
correct.
They're undefeated to realistically, because their next game, let me see, their next game is Virginia Tech. That's a win. Two,
Yeah, that's a win.
2-2 in Duke. And maybe a shakeup, but realistically, that's a win.
That's a winnable game. Yep,
Syracuse. Now we're looking at the
winnable.
hype. Are we going Syracuse? We're going Tech, but it's winnable. Maybe a dog fight, but it's winnable.
It's a winnable game.
We go NC State, winnable.
Another one. Yep,
Boston College, still walk flow with them.
another one. Yep,
Go to Pitt. That's another one.
another
It's
one.
winnable. Now we go last game of the season against Georgia Tech. So realistically, Tech, if they blow people out the water and everybody that's in front of them right now, Tech might be a playoff team with this 12 seed bracket.
And won't they have a SEC? I mean, an ACC playoff championship game or something like that
Yeah,
too?
yeah,
That they
yeah.
have
Yeah.
on their schedule. Yeah.
But
And
the
depending on who
So
thing,
come
the
out of
thing,
that, they probably can get a good dog fight and win that.
the
I
thing
mean,
is about the thing is about Georgia Tech, and I'm gonna get y'all reaction on what I'm finna say. They got a good coach, man, and he build from the offense and defensive line, and that's what
mhm,
the SEC does, build from the offensive defensive line.
absolutely.
He's an old offensive lineman now.
Well, I mean, if you're going to build a program, right, whether it's
That's how
college
you build it.
pro, you build them on the line. You live from the inside out on those lines in the trenches. So, and he has the mentality, you know what I'm saying, and the culture that he's building with that team. So, that's the right way to do it. You know what I mean? And it doesn't hurt to be in the right conference. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The right place. And just like this season, in the right schedule. Like this is the ideal schedule for a team that starts the season unranked and can possibly end up in the playoffs. Like this is the type of schedule you want. You want a lot of winnable games. You want a lot of games that have the cachet behind it on the surface. And if you can get those games,
Yeah,
and
and
then
what
and then you, you know what I mean?
they gonna play good defense, and they got the main ingredient. They gonna play good defense, and they gonna run that ball.
Run the ball. Yep. And they run it with their quarterback
Yeah,
on top of that. So yeah, time possession. That hopefully that cuts down on turnovers because you run the ball a lot. So it's a lot of formula here that's falling in place for Georgia Tech. So yeah, they're definitely a team that the nation, even if they haven't fully got on board yet, in a couple weeks, this will be one of those teams that you have to pay attention to in late October through November.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
All right. Well, good one there. Hey guys, what about speaking of a team from Georgia or whatever, but there was a quarterback that used to play for Georgia that's now in Miami. And here's a team. I think this formula works for them too. Scheduling, uh, and all that. And now coming back and getting victories. The Miami Hurricanes. What's there to believe with Miami right now?
Man, Miami. I didn't know that they got the guy from Georgia coordinating their defense this year.
Okay.
That's really who the guy. That guy right there should have been who Bama should have got for the defense because he run that type of system.
Okay.
They got a hellified defense line.
How long has Miami been ranked number 4?
How
Oh,
long?
oh yeah, I believe they
They
was up
start
there.
out number. I think they start out what, nine,
They
nine
Yeah,
maybe.
they started out at 10. They started out at
Yeah.
10. Bama and 5. Now they okay.
Yeah. That Notre Dame win.
I still
Yeah, that Notre Dame victory bumped them up. And then they kind of just stay right there. I mean, they've been winning games from that point forward, so they really haven't had a chance to drop. And
but
so
but see that's gonna shoot you into. what Nick Saban had to do for years, what Kirby finna go through, losing his assistant area. That guy's
Hmm.
a good. He's a good defense coordinator. He'll be a head coach. You
Yeah.
know they took the guy from Bama, T. Rob, because he was a hell of a recruiter, and gave him they did co-defensive coordinators last year. But that guy right there, he's the XO man. T. Rob is just a recruiter. You see what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
if Kirby keep on losing his sister, he gonna be in the thick of things. But you got to have continuity on your system, dog. You know that's why at the latter part of Nick days we didn't have any continuity with the defense or the offense coordinator. So you ran a different system here. Well, I mean, we was running a different offensive system area. You know, coach. What's called Kirby Smart gonna run his defense. He's just gonna have somebody. He generally calls the defense, so it don't change too much on that. But we was having the fact we kept on having to get a new coordinator every year. You know,
Hmm.
two maybe offense and defense. You know, that stuff like that hurt your system, dog. But that will come with winning, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You get plucked, right? Look at
Yeah,
Detroit Lions. They lost both coordinators, and they're winning. Last couple winning seasons. And I mean, but that's the history of it. If you're doing well, that means something must be good over there,
that's
and
right.
other teams are gonna try to get it right and elevate, which is that's the way it's supposed to work. Um, what about Carson Beck? Is he in line to be I should say a Heisman winner? Or do you think like is he really making the difference for Miami?
Well, you got to think about it. He got a better receiving core than he had at Georgia. Them guys let him down last year, dog. You know,
Hmm.
if he had the receiving core that Georgia got this year, maybe he would have won it last year. You know what I'm saying? But he got
Yeah, that receiver core was wishy washy. They really never had a true number
right,
one with
right.
their receiver core.
Like Georgia got the boy from USC this year out of the transfer portal. Uh, Branch, I think his name Branch. That little guy, number one. He tough.
Zachariah
Yeah,
Branch.
right. Yeah, right. So but then they ain't got a quarterback that can get it to them though. You know what I'm saying?
So it's kind of flip flop now.
Yeah,
But
it then flip flopped on them. Beck won a bad quarterback last year. He just made too many mistakes, and then the receivers didn't help him out any.
hmm yeah. But Miami, man, looking at their schedule, I mean, they can say, "Hey, we had an impressive Notre Dame victory at the beginning of the season." Notice I keep bringing Notre Dame up, but technically they had a top 10 victory there, and then they just beat the Florida Gators, so they got an SEC win. And you know what? If you think about, look at their schedule, they're not even leaving the state of Florida for like a month.
Yeah, it'll be late in the year when they leave Florida.
Yeah, so they staying right in state for a long time here with the home games and then playing a couple Florida teams within state, and their scheduling is doing them favors right now, and then they're in the ACC, so there's an opportunity there to win that.
Well,
Uh,
then their telltale game will be in 2 weeks. They got Miami in 2 weeks, so we gonna find out what they got, and we're gonna find out what Florida State got.
Okay, Florida State, Miami in 2 weeks. Hey, this
Yeah,
will be the first time in a while that this game really got some gas behind it.
right, right.
Yeah. All right. Cole, you had anything else on Miami?
No, I'm gonna throw Miami.
Okay. Sound like you believe in tech a little more.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
All right.
Shout out to boys at Tech.
All right. Okay then. All right. Hey, any Colorado updates for me, fellas?
Yeah, I watched the game last night. It's
You can have that one. I don't watch them no more.
well, what
What
I'm
what
finna
you got?
say is Dion is proving he's not that good of a coach, man. And I like Dion, but what I'm
Yeah.
saying is he got that boy. He got Caleb Sauter over there. He got a funky little delivery, and he's not real accurate. Why not start? Why he didn't just start Juju from the beginning?
Mm.
He should have just started Juju from the beginning and leaned on his run. And by now he had been had that experience because Juju's supposed to be a better passer than that guy, but he didn't get no experience sitting on the bench. And you yanking quarterbacks right and left. I guess he thought that the boy Star was gonna do something. He found that out last week. That wasn't true. You know, as they said, ain't no more Shadors walking through that door right now, boss. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and I'm wondering, would he have done that with Shador there? Like, I mean, you rotated 3 quarterbacks in within 3 weeks.
You know he would have never done that.
Yeah. So that takes away continuity from an entire team perspective. Like, because, the quarterback is generally the head of the team, right? And
Yeah,
then with different quarterbacks, there's different styles, right? It's different
right,
either styles, throwing, you know, throwing motions. Some like to run a little bit more. The ball spins different here and there. So it's a lot going on there when you constantly flipping flopping quarterbacks. So
bro.
I'm with
He got a better receiving core this year than he had last year.
mm. So
He,
you do think Juju should just be the guy and then just roll with that?
yeah, cause they got that boy from Campbell. His name's Sincere Brown. He a
Yeah,
burner, cuz 6'4" burner. Then he still got that Miller, them two Miller boys. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? They ain't
yeah,
got no Travis Hunter, but collectively they're better. They really are better. What's called because he ain't got them little guys. Them guys, them 5'9" guys no more. We got big guys.
yeah. Well, we're gonna have to keep an eye and see if they turn things around over there
He got to
in week 12.
he got to grit his teeth now. He got to. You know how sometimes your team is better than your coach. Sometimes your coach ain't better than your team.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He mismatched the first game against Georgia Tech anyway. That last part when Georgia Tech scored, he had a minute 18 on the clock and wouldn't call a timeout.
Yeah, I mean that's on the coach.
You don't never go to the field house with 2 timeouts in your back pocket.
Yeah, that's valid points. So yeah, we'll see what happens. See if they can turn things around in that conference. All
They,
right.
they they got they got dominated last Friday by Houston. Houston ran all over.
Yeah, they did. Um, I think yeah, we did. We touched on that a little bit. They sure did, and that was a road game at Houston.
Yeah,
So yeah,
right.
so I don't know what it is, man, right now, but there's got to be, for those who are Colorado fans, I think they're expecting a little more. So they got to turn around. All right. Anything else, man? Any other matchups that stood out to you? We know it was a kind of a short week this week, but
I got y'all. Let's go to the SEC. Can my Georgia State people stop thinking we finna do something?
oh man, Vanderbilt.
Yeah, remember put B2A. My lord.
Boot ass.
Good lord. Like that. And they invited us to a watch party. I don't know if you want to watch that game.
Oh man, that's right. And
Damn.
Cole is the Georgia State student, and Vanderbilt came to town. And man, they or did they go to Vanderbilt? Which one was it? Help me out. But either way, Vandy and Georgia State went at it.
So play it one more
Was
time.
it was it at
It
was
was
it at was it at Vandy or Georgia, or was Georgia State at home?
come on, this
Yeah,
game. This game was at Vandy. Last year, we beat Vanderbilt. And it was at Georgia
Yes,
State. This year it was at Vanderbilt.
exactly. Okay, that's what I had in my head. But yeah, it was
That
on the
that
road.
that that'll be undefeated, ain't?
Yeah. What is going on, man? Do you are we starting to believe in Vanderbilt? Like for whatever standards you want to hold Vanderbilt to?
Well,
Heavens, no, 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 no.
Okay.
Miss TV, I'm stopping right there. No. Don't fall into
I,
that hype. No.
I wasn't
Not in
finna
the
do that,
SEC.
Cole. I wasn't finna do that.
Okay. Okay. I heard a whale and that ain't
I was
sound
just
too
gonna
good.
say they had a good defense last year, and the quarterback played above his head. Now this man, it was about the 7 year of college football. Ain't it? The quarterback, because they took away them JUCO years.
Right.
That's the reason why he was able to play this year.
Yeah. Well, look, Vandy put 70 on Georgia State. I'm surprised at the 70.
Vanderbilt ain't scored 70 since never.
Yeah. I am I am surprised at the 70. Uh I definitely know my class well, not my classmate, but we went to the same school, Dale McGee. I know that head coach at Georgia State. I know he's not happy about that. And he's gonna make those adjustments to get that turned around. But I definitely, man, Vanderbilt though they're ranked currently. I believe they're number 20 in the rankings. Until we get the more current rankings up.
Well,
But
they just beat South
is it, is
Carolina
that
with
legit?
last week, didn't it?
Yeah, they beat South
And
Carolina.
South
Well,
Carolina was supposed to be a hot team. I don't know,
yeah,
man.
I don't know.
I ain't saying what if Vanderbilt win 9 games, that'll be a great season for them.
Oh, absolutely. By their standard, yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I mean, bowl game be good. So
yeah,
we'll keep an eye on them though. I mean, but it's another team with a number beside their name now. So,
yeah.
um,
We got to have their ass this year though. Bama got to have their ass. They lose to Vanderbilt again. The boy
ooh,
might be on his way out.
ooh. Do you think the coach from Clemson can find his way to Alabama at some point?
Well, he was supposed to be the next to go to Bama, but ah. Dabo can't come down there talking about he even use the transfer portal.
Hey, I think they can. I think they can air quote influence him to do what they need him to do. I think he'll change his philosophy if he wants to sign his name on the dollar line to coach
Yeah,
Alabama.
right. Right now he can do what he want to do at Clemson because he
Right.
won the national championship. But he
Yeah.
can't do that at Bama. You know what I'm saying? If he was to
Yeah.
go to Bama, even though he played at Bama, he can't do
Yeah.
that at Bama. He know that. He know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then he be talking all that outrageous BS. Man, y'all Clemson. Y'all had a come up because y'all had Deshaun Watson and the boy from that's in Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence.
Hmm. Yeah, he had some talent come through there for a minute at quarterback spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Here's the top 25, fellas. What you think?
All right. Here we go, fellas. Let me cook real here. 1 through. Oh, I thought Georgia was 5.
Well,
Georgia 3.
Georgia, Georgia 3. Okay. All right. Georgia is about to drop next week, fellas. And you know why?
there's a big game next week. Georgia and Bama.
Exactly. Bama finna go to Athens and take care of business.
Yeah, we know
So,
who they kryptonite is.
so let go ahead and move them down to about 13 after that big one. All right. Indiana still sketchy to me. Oklahoma still sketchy. Ole Miss, Missouri, everybody under about 9 is a bunch of frauds, except for Bama
What you got?
and
What you
Tennessee.
call Indiana? Indiana blew out Illinois yesterday.
Yeah,
But
they did.
do we?
Ain't nobody
That's why I
stunning.
just say, do we really believe?
Indiana, but hey,
Do we?
poser, who's a poser? How do you want to
Yeah.
say?
Yeah. Oklahoma. That I like the little quarterback they had, but I think when I looked at that game yesterday, Oklahoma and Auburn, it was a bad call early. They took a touchdown away from Auburn, but I don't know if Auburn would have won that game.
Yeah. And we're gonna come back to that game too, because I'm gonna bring up a play in there too. But as far as this 25, it does look like a bunch of frauds. Here's a couple ones I want to throw to y'all, and you can clarify them for me. First of all, Oregon. Are we to believe in Oregon? Here's the annual question: are we supposed to believe in Oregon this year?
I don't. They got to prove it to me. It's been the same thing ever since Chip Kelly. When Chip Kelly was there, they beat up on the people they supposed to beat up on, and they can't win the big one.
All right. What about Penn State?
Well, Penn State record. James Franklin liable to implode at any moment when they get to Ohio State and Michigan.
Oh man, so basically we looking at maybe just less than a handful of teams this year then to really look at as legitimate teams. I said
But
there's a lot of questions out there. I think Texas there's a question out on them too. I mean, y'all tell me what y'all think about them, but I think they're a
but but
fraud type of team too.
but think about it now. They did lose to Ohio State 14-7.
Yeah,
They got a defense. That's one thing about it. They got a defense.
I just
Georgia,
count.
Georgia. Well, we'll find out about them this week. But
Yep,
if Stockton can't throw no better than what he doing, that's a wrap.
we definitely gonna preview that game. But yeah, this is the top 25, and then Notre Dame. How do they continue to have a number by their name?
Uh, well, when you're bringing in a new quarterback, you know you don't never know what you're gonna get. That's just like Bama bringing in a new quarterback. You really don't know what you're gonna get from game to game.
Yes, sir. All right. Okay. Well, that's the top 25. Now, hey, we're gonna bring this play up, and I'm gonna talk about it with a football official on my show. Um, but here's the situation. Like in that Oklahoma Auburn game, when there was a play where it looks like a receiver was going out of bounds or leaving the play
Yeah,
as a
they got him.
substitute, and then the receiver goes and catches the ball. Like,
I
I
thought he
mean,
had to be. I thought he had to be inside the numbers.
well, that piece about on that we're gonna really talk about it on Make It Official. So I'm gonna have Mr. Duval come in, college football official. We're gonna break that down so I can get that answer for you, T, on that. But one thing I do know is that deception. It's a penalty to do things in a deceptive way, and I'm not talking about like a fake the handoff kind of deception. I'm talking about like within the confines of sportsmanship. Like if you're like, for example, like, faking injuries, things like that. But if you're supposed to be substituting players and then you got a player that's looking like he's going out as a sub, then he goes out and catches the ball, like that should be deemed a penalty. And I was
Yeah,
shocked that
but they were saying.
that wasn't.
But what they were saying yesterday when they tried to explain it was he never left the field.
Correct. But he was running off as if he was subbing, not as he was
Right,
going out
right.
to be a, like receivers do. They go out and then they get to their spot and then ask the ref, hey, am I behind the line or front of the line? Like, that
Well,
part of it.
the thing about it now, he was always off the line because he never came to the line, so he didn't
Yeah.
have to ask the official was he on or off.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just real. Yeah.
It,
It was real fishy on that one.
it's low class, but they got him.
And that's a good word for it. I mean, but hey, it worked for them. So
Yeah.
hey, at the end of the day, they got what they needed out of that. But yeah, I think the officials gonna be a little tighter on that moving forward. I think the league gonna make sure that they on top of that. So
But
that
then,
don't be,
then you got to understand they got holes in the what's called on that when that receiver from Oklahoma caught it and then they stripped him.
yeah,
He caught the ball, was juggling, but when he got what's called time he got possession of it, then the boy from Auburn stripped down on the ball,
yeah.
and they returned. That was supposed to be a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
So
it's a lot of
so
plays in there.
so what do we really think about Oklahoma? You got a trick play and you got a touchdown call back off something else. Off that
Yeah,
off the, and I ain't gonna say it was no bad call, but it was close. It was close to being. I thought it was he. I thought he had gained possession of it.
yeah. Well, I'm bringing that up to the official too when he comes on. We're gonna do that. Well, yeah, we're gonna do that on Monday. So yeah, we'll get on that and cover that game, some of those plays.
Because when you think about it now. When he gained control, he started running with it. Now you know.
Yeah.
So,
When is he
so
deemed? When is he deemed? What they call it? Deemed a runner at that point or something along those lines.
yeah, he should have been deemed a runner. I thought because he had possession with 2 feet down, and he was making that third step, that football move.
Yep. That's gonna be a good one to bring up. So make sure I bring that up to him as well. Cole, you got any closing remarks?
No, sir.
All right. Well, hey, we have to talk about this Georgia Bama game too. Make sure we get Brooks in here. So
I know. I wanted to touch on something today that I found out yesterday.
okay, TV.
Texas Tech has got a $28 million roster.
Woo.
Texas Tech in Lubbock
Sheesh.
Texas has a $28 million roster. What y'all
Wow.
think about that?
I think they got some people that either went to that school or support that school. They got some money and they don't mind spending it. They don't. And right now, I'm wondering if they're questioning. They getting bang for their buck.
I mean, they're undefeated, right?
They are, but I mean, $28 million. I mean, they
I
what?
mean,
They 19.
just think about it. Just think
They
about it
hovered
now. If
around
they, if
20.
they win the Big 12, they in the playoff.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we'll see.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
they
end up.
did it in softball too, right? They did it in softball. They
Yeah,
paid the
right.
softball player $1 million. So yeah, they're taking advantage of this era
Yeah,
where you could pay for play.
yeah.
Yep.
It's getting to the point. But then you look at Oklahoma State. They main booster died, and they not getting the money that they used to get, and they getting their tail drip.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's how it go, man. But yeah, this money, man. Pay kids to play.
That's
I,
it.
I want I want to keep an eye on it for the next couple of years and just see like how much longer will this keep up? How long will they keep up with this? Because at the end of the day, these are amateur athletes still, and throughout the history of the sport or sports period, you've had players that they come in with all the hype and they don't pan out to be what they are, you know. And
But then,
imagine if you're paying them at that during those times too. Like how much will this continue? Like who will continue to get the big bucks, or will a
but
lot of players that miss
this what
on
I don't
get that
understand
money?
is Dion getting all the money in Colorado, and they talking about they can't they can't all them rich alumni Colorado got. They not getting the money to put on the field neither though. They're not getting that everybody is not winning in that NIL game.
Yeah. Well,
Eh,
yeah.
The biggest NIL in Colorado is Dion.
Well, there it is. Oh, and by the way, fellas, I know this is not college football related, but the Cleveland Browns are wearing the ugliest uniforms of all time today.
Oh, they got that all brown on.
Yes.
Yeah, they talked about
Yeah,
wearing it.
It, I
maybe they got
mean,
better uniforms, in my
They
opinion.
need to concentrate on getting some players, man.
oh my gosh, man, the helmet's brown, the jersey brown, the pants brown. Like this is the ugliest. And I'm cool with their helmet. You know what I'm saying? Like it has been throughout their history
I
with
mean,
just the orange helmet.
that's iconic.
Yeah, the orange helmet though. Now they done
Yeah,
went to a
right. That's what
brown
I'm
helmet.
saying.
Yeah, this is crazy. Like, but anyway, it's indicative of their season, and it's gonna be ugly.
Man, I tell you the truth, man. I wouldn't care if Cleveland win 2 games because that was a messed up thing that the owner did, and it serves him well for him to get what he tried to do. Like I say, y'all get a 5'9" quarterback and think you finna do something, and a 40-year-old quarterback. Nah, you
Well,
might as well. You got to pay. You got to pay what's called anyway. Why you ain't just activate him back? You
oh,
had to.
Deshaun,
Yeah, you got to pay Deshaun anyway,
yeah. Well,
and you could let Shador been behind Deshaun when he came back. I would have started out. I would have started out the season with Shador, see what we got in him, and then nobody expected Deshaun to come back this year, and
yeah,
that made almost a full recovery, man.
yeah. But you know the crazy part is, I mean, they drafted the Oregon quarterback, Dylan, right before they drafted
Shador,
Shador.
right?
So if you're gonna go with Dylan, if you drafting him, I mean, what are you doing there? Like,
I would.
I just don't think the left knows what the right doing over there.
No, right. You said it
You know,
right.
yeah, they
But
just
you know
out there
what? I
just
would
doing
have put
stuff.
him in. I would have put him in there and let him see what he had. You
Yeah,
know, just just play the two Rickies. That's what I'm saying. Joe Flacco this over the last 2 games.
yeah. Well, don't worry about it. In a couple weeks, they
They'll be
gonna make it.
playing.
They gonna fold the 10 up anyway, and look forward to next year. But yeah, man, we gonna get together. I'm gonna hit y'all up so we can preview this Georgia Alabama game, man, and get some detail into that one. Cause that's gonna be the one. That's gonna be the one next week.
Yeah,
All right. Well, shoot, we about to get out of here, fellas. Enjoy the rest of your day.
yeah. Okay, man. Y'all be good, man.
All right. Appreciate y'all being on, man.
All right.
Like,
Yeah.
and appreciate everybody tuning in. Check out Triple Option on 411 Sports World Network and also on TikTok under Mr. 411 and on YouTube, 411 Sports World Network. We out of here.